lot about your migration, but I don't know it quite well. First, tell me, where do you migrate?
Hi, butterfly. We migrate to South Antarctica on March to reach breeding ground. And what about you? What is the reason you migrate?
We migrate from Canada to Mexico and the states of Florida and California because we are always in search of a more suitable habitat. We travel most likely in October because of the winter in Canada. In the cold, we cannot survive. And how many miles do you travel? I imagine it's a long road.
Yes, it is. We choose a path that is over 60 to 100 miles, but we just know in our hearts when and where we have to go. The path has been chosen way back by our ancestors. We travel to south, but it obviously changes because of the ice shifts and other obstacles.
That's sometimes very complicated or dangerous. I mean, no one gets lost or hurt.
I wish I could say no, but unfortunately we have lost a lot in the way. We call ourselves to know we're there, but sometimes many penguins are slow or get distracted, and eventually they die. Everyone relies on every single penguin. We're a big team, but we can't stop, and we don't even realize when someone gets drawn back to the other way. But we don't have problems with predators. I wouldn't say it's dangerous. And in your species, that happens too.
Butterflies during their crossing arrive to flight distances up to 3,500 kilometers, and we don't get any damage.
When does your migration end?
When we arrive to Mexico or a warmer climate, it has no day. Yours?
Approximately in December, we all gather and go back to where we belong. What methods could you say you use? To navigate, you use a specific method or many?
We have great memory, so we remember all the way home, and also we use a time-compensated sun compass, which means we can see polarized light and therefore orient even in cloudy conditions. Sun compass means the orientation to which we fly is delimited by the sun. And you?
Well, we only use sounds all the time. Our calls tell us which is our mate, our little baby, and it also guides us during the travel.
And what would you say you're skilled at?
We adapt very well to cold. We are always in that climate, but sometimes big waves of coldness arrive, and we are very skilled to beat it. It was just harder for the chicks. And you?
Well, we can fly long distances.
I don't really quite well know how do you migrate. Could you explain me?
We roost for the winter in Ojamel Forest, at an elevation of 2,400 to 3,600 meters. The mountain hillsides of Ojamel Forest provide an ideal microclimate for us. Here, temperatures range from 0 to 15 degrees Celsius. If the temperature is lower, we are forced to use our factory surfaces. We have a spring and fall migration. And you, Penguin, how is your experience? How will you add up everything?
All of the colonies go to the same place and arrive around the same time. When we arrive, we start looking for a mate to have a baby. Then, when we breed, the females will lay an egg and then pass it on to their husband. Their husband will take care of the egg for the next 4 months, while the females go in search of food in the sea. When the first eggs start to hatch in August, the females return and the males go off to feed in the sea. When the males arrive, they will listen for the chicks' call and then feed them. Over the next few months, the parents will take turns traveling to the sea and feeding the chick. Then, after 9 months, when summer arrives and the chicks have matured, in December they travel with their parents to the sea and learn to swim for their own food. After that, the parents will return to their homes, leaving the baby penguins at the breeding ground. The chicks will live there for the next 4 years, and on their 5th year they shall migrate as their parents did. It is a long trip, but it's totally worth it.
Seems like a lot of changes, don't you think? Don't you have, as scientists may say, predators?
Oh, of course we do. In the ocean, we have the leopard seal that searches for the weakest penguin, and then It's it! And the little penguins, when they are about a month old, have to be very careful because birds also eat them. Besides, in all the cycle, many penguins die because they starve themselves to death. They just can't keep going, and also chicks die when they aren't even born. Because young parents aren't as carefully as they should, so they drop the egg and it freezes. And you? Aren't there any predators, as you said? Any killers?
There are a lot, like wasps, ants, parasitic flies, birds, snakes, frogs, rats, lizards, dragonflies, and spiders. Also, humans are affecting us, cutting down our favorite trees to build roads, houses, and farms. Don't you think humans affect you badly?
Well, they are indirectly, if you could say it like that, bad influence because they don't kill us, but they do kill fish in huge quantities, and fish are our only source of food. Besides, there is also global warming that we all know is melting our habitat.
You're right. Humans have to realize what they are making. They had killed many species, and I don't want any more getting a slowly murderer.
I know, Butterfly, it will be devastating. Please, take care. See you soon, Butterfly. See you soon.
I will, Penguin. See you too. It was really nice talking to you.